All right, guys, welcome back. Jim here from Disc Golf Brah, joined by Pat DiCaprio. Pat, we had a great front nine. Thanks for joining us on the back. What's going on?
Not much. Excited to see how this thing finishes out.
Huge shout out to Connecticut Disc Golf for sponsoring this coverage. Check them out. Wallingford, Connecticut. Bunch of good stuff going on there. We had a great front nine. Pat, we're in for a killer back nine. What do you think?
We've got some young talent, some pretty close race at the top, and some scoring separation that should happen here. So let's see how it goes.
We're starting off on hole 10. This is a new tee pad for this year. Tell us about this new tee pad, Pat.
So we pushed it up the hill another 200 feet from the traditional pad, added a mando tree so you kind of force that anhyzer shot. Rock wall to the left is OB along with the bocce court long of the hole.
Love it. We're going to see some sky rollers, some sky anhyzers, and this is a beauty out of Levi, and this just keeps on going, cutting off a lot of that 675. That's position A.
That's far.
We're going to see a DD3 out of Gillis here. Looking at something a little kind of different line. So much airtime. This is going to catch an anhyzer, and this is going to cruise all the way out.
Whoa. That's a putt. A long putt with a tree in the way, but a putt.
Pushing 600 feet. That was a beauty. And this is that kind of flippy DD3 out of Paul. Looking a similar line as Gillis. Just hyzers out a little early. Got to watch out for this OB rock wall. And that's fine.
It's so fun to watch these guys throw.
Dylan going to show us a monster halo destroyer looking to go up and over. And this just kind of pans out to the right. Still so much distance. A little more off to the right, though. Upshot kind of testing that OB, but that's fine. Pin high.
Maybe an obstructed putt with the big trees, but it should be routine for him.
Levi going a little higher than he should have there. Going to leave a little longer on his birdie putt. Paul using this tree to his advantage. That was great upshot.
Bank shot.
Gillis with a little touchy forehand here, and this is how you play the hole. Gillis showed us exactly how to get that birdie.
That was superhuman, how far that went.
Great
I'd be
putt
shocked
there
if more
Dylan.
people played the hole that way.
Oh my goodness. Big putt from Dylan there, knowing the scores. That was kind of a must get there. Levi, I don't think that was a layup, just kind of a misfire.
It's a low ceiling putt. Those branches can get in your head.
Yeah. Good birdie bounce back there from Paul. All right, Dylan's coming back. We got a one-stroke swinger. Great birdie out of Gillis there. I could watch him play that hole all day. Hole 11, we're pushing the pin back on this hole. Correct, Pat? Tell us about this hole.
Yes, sir. Par 5, 970. You've got an OB line that you'll see a little better when the guys are throwing down the right side, giving you about a 75-foot fairway. And then it kind of juts out for the green. Think of it shaped like a golf club.
The drone made it look so simple. It took like a second, you know? You just throw.
Here's a fun fact. We had 146 rounds played with the MPO field on this hole, and it averaged exactly 5 on the dot.
That's how you know it's a great hole.
It's what it should be.
We can see that OB line a little bit there from Paul. Not really testing it, but he kind of ride that all the way out. Dylan a little hyzer heavy on this one. It's got to sit down, which it does. It's a good shot.
You've got about a 75-foot width all the way up the fairway. Plenty of room to work with, but at the same time, you can get yourself in trouble.
Saw Dylan grabbing his finger there. I think he cut his finger open on this one. Levi just throwing an absolute nuke with that Halo Destroyer. That's up there. Second shot kind of looks similar to the first shot. Same kind of tree placement and such. But Dylan just going way past the tree on this one.
Yep, that cone there in the middle was the standard pin position, which is 720 off the tee. Just give you a little idea how far these guys are throwing.
Yeah, these guys are making it look very easy, but don't be confused. They're throwing lasers. Gillis a little too much height off his hand, and this might be kind of a position play just to get in bounds, ending up kind of right by that old pin.
Yeah, if you end up kind of where Gillis and Dylan are, you got a clean look to kind of go between those two trees to get onto the green. You are throwing OB a little bit. The right tree is right on that OB line, so there is a chance you clip it, fall OB. But it should be pretty routine.
I think these two trees right in front of the pin are just great. You really got to navigate them just like how Gillis does, and that'll be a decently easy birdie putt for him.
A lot of positive feedback from the players on this change.
I think Dylan liked it.
I think he liked it a lot.
Chalking it up with a beauty forehand. Paul, I think this is a razor claw. Going with the wide hyzer, looking to spike it in there. A little shorter, but that'll putt. And Levi, just a touchy forehand.
Oh, almost rings it up.
Yeah, just to reiterate, this is not an easy hole. These guys are making it look insanely easy. Good birdie catch there from Gillis. I mean, we got to have all birdies when we're next to the aviary. Am I right?
It's a rule. Absolutely have to do it that way.
Birdies all around. We're going to another brand new hole. Hole 12, 475, par 4. Straight down the hallway. Tell us about this hole, Pat.
Tight tunnel shot. We decided to go to this change to give a little scoring separation. Two really good shots will get you on the green to have a putt for that birdie. It's still a little rough around the edges, some stuff that you can clip, but fair hole.
Gillis going to show us a really textbook way to play this with a peach, something a little slower. Gets a nice little kiss, but great way to tackle this hole. Throw something slow, just kind of get it straight. Great position.
I'd love to know how many players just went putter to get to the green.
Paul going with the DD3 here. He said he wanted to go for the eagle. Just gets a little tugged on that one, but good result. This is a Dark Rebel FD out of Dylan. Gets a little turned over, but if you're in the fairway, you're in good shape.
Yeah, you don't want to be off the fairway here, that's for sure. It does open up about 150 feet down, but the mistake we just saw from Levi is not one you want.
Was a big mistake, but had a good result. He's kind of farther down here, still in this hallway, but I thought it was a lot worse. Had a nice out here and still in decent shape.
He'll get up and down for the par from there. Pretty confident.
Dylan going forehand. He's going to a zone here. I like this play. Basket's off to the right. Just got to miss catch cam Brad, which he does. That'll putt. Skip definitely can come into play, although there are a few rocks and such on this road here. But I like the idea. Levi using those down trees as a backstop.
Little wide. I'm guessing Gillis wants that one back, but still look for the 3.
Paul outside a circle here. Gets a little help from that tree. That's a beauty. Let's take another look at this one. Great putt from Paul. Just tossing them up there. First kind of misfire we've seen from Gillis today. Tough roll away, but it did stay right by that log.
Tough green.
Tough green, but fair, I'd say. And a really nice bounce back. Good par putt for him.
That's a nice, confident one right there. Glad to see it. Big shout out to Jason Lawson, who in round 3 had the only eagle on the hole this weekend.
Do you know what he threw off the tee? How he got it?
I do not. I don't know if it was a throw in or a putt. You know, they don't put that stuff on the scorecard for the tournament director anymore.
They should. Moving on to hole 13, 325. We're going up the hill, par 3. Tight gap off the tee, but a really fun shot shape. What are you throwing here, Pat?
I'm throwing an understable fairway driver just to kind of pop up the flat and carry up the hill. But I'm throwing it like 200 feet shorter than these guys. So,
good height here from Paul. Maybe a little too much height with that low ceiling, but top of the hill. That'll par.
He's playing about a quarter stroke over par. Fourth hardest hole in the course this weekend. So it's a bonus birdie for sure if you can get all the way up there.
Dylan looking to give Ditter a little haircut there. Nice forehand, though. Had a little lucky flex there, but that'll work out.
I mean, Ditter's the best spotter in the game, so I wasn't worried about that. He knew where the disc was.
100%. We're going to see a DD3 out of Gillis here. Really nice turns. Got to get a little kind of ride up these wood chips here. That's a good shot. He'll have a look.
I was going to say the camera doesn't do this hole justice, which how much elevation it is, but I think it actually does. There's a lot of elevation to get up this hill. Oh,
yeah. You walk up this hill, and you're happy to go downhill on the next hole.
Yeah, to walk back up it on the one after.
You're going to see a good look out of Paul here. Just need a little more turn, but good run. This looks like an Earhart zone out of Levi. A little too much turn on it. That'll par.
Let's go.
Gillis says this hole is too easy. Great birdie there from Gillis.
And bonus birdie for sure.
Big putt here from Dylan. Get that momentum back on track. And Dylan takes the lead there. We got a battle going on, Pat. We got a battle.
I like to see it. No victory laps today.
Hey everybody, my name is Jason. I own Connecticut Disc Golf here in Wallingford, Connecticut. I just wanted to let you know a little bit about the store. We're constantly getting in new discs, a couple thousand in here all the time, bags, you name it, anything disc golf. We know everyone's got all kinds of choices to buy their plastic in all kinds of places. And for everybody who walks through that door, we have a big, big thank you. Come and check us out.
Big shout out to Connecticut Disc Golf for sponsoring this coverage. Check them out in Wallingford, Connecticut. We're moving on to hole 14, 342. This one's a funky hole. Anything can kind of happen on this hole, Pat. What do you think?
You want to throw something that kind of just crests the hill. You don't want to go too far, though, because that Jeep trail behind the basket is out of bounds.
Forehand on this is crazy. Dylan slicing up this hole. Gets kind of a weird skip off the root, but that'll be a downhill putt.
This hole surprised me when I pulled up the statistics. It actually played as the second hardest hole on the weekend on the course.
Gillis just cruising by the hole. Oh, great late kick there. That would have went possibly OB long. That was a great kind of line he took there. Little sawed off from Paul. Be a tough up and down. Levi looking to get a stroke back here. Gets a big flare off the hill. And I think if that tree wasn't there, he might have rang that up.
It would have been close. That tree is kind of what you're aiming for as a forehand player off the tee.
Speaking of ringing it up, Paul looking to throw this one in. That was a great upshot there. A little layup there from Dylan. Position play.
It's a scary putt going down that hill.
Yeah, similar to 14 on this, 13 on this hole. The elevation comes into play so much. You don't get to putt that downhill too often.
No.
Good birdie there from Gillis. And we're tied up again.
I can't remember the last time we had a Greater Hartford with it being this close in the final round.
Yee! Moving on to hole 15. We're going back up that hill. Man, I can already feel the drone out of breath. I'm out of breath just watching this. 280 up the hill. Similar shot shape to 13, kind of, but a really good line here.
Yep. You do have the option to go a little bit more to the right, up the gut in the middle, through a bunch of trees, but these guys aren't doing that. Big turnover shot. One of the easier holes on the layup.
This is a cookie out of Gillis, and nom, nom, nom. That was a great shot. Something a little faster for Levi here. This zooms by, but yeah. Yeah, I think anything with the shot shape, the appropriate shot shape, usually ends up pretty good on this hole.
Yeah, you can pretty much throw whatever you want, and force that angle. It'll flatten out and carry.
Here's that FD out of Dylan, right over where Levi kind of matched his shot. Really good line. I think this is I don't know what that was out of Paul. Really good height there. Just kind of crested that log. Dylan just outside circle here. Big putt. All these putts, all these holes coming up are big, big putts. Good run there.
You're not going to necessarily lose the tournament on one of these holes, but you can definitely have a chance to win it with some good putting.
Yeah, well said. Really good putt there from Paul. Levi looking to get a stroke back. Cha-ching.
Three holes to play, that's big.
Gillis from a knee. I think that's 4 in a row from Gillis, if I'm not mistaken. He hit an earlier turkey as well. Dylan said he messed up the star frame. That's all right. Couple of holes left. Hole 16, 258 par 3. The drone's kind of taking this inside cheater route, but we will see some throws here. How do you tackle this one, Pat?
Just a little mid-range down the right side. Pop it up the flat and carry. Push forward. Should be a pretty routine shot for all these guys.
Popcorn out of Dylan. This is, excuse me, Gillis. This is kind of textbook. Gets a nice skip at the end, and yeah, great shot. Tough forehand play. I've seen it work out a lot on this hole, but I always feel like it's a lot harder on the forehand.
Yeah, not something I would necessarily recommend. You can get yourself into a lot of trouble.
So Dylan, chance for a big stroke back here. Just saw 2 kind of misfires on the forehand. Elects for the forehand zone as well. Hits that first tree. Kind of gets into this fast throwing mode, unfortunately, and this left a lot left for his par. Got maybe mad at himself for the forehand off the tee.
Yeah, it's a tough mistake to make, but one you have the ability to recover from.
Levi kind of smartly laying it up here, knowing where Dylan ended up.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's match play. You know, a couple holes left, only a stroke difference. Just keep winning the hole.
Kind of a fun card we got going on, a battle for first and kind of a battle for third as well. This will be a big par putt here for Dylan. Yeah.
That's a great save right there.
Kind of a lot on the line on that putt, although not really, but really big putt. Little tapper here for Paul. Good birdie. I think that might be 4 in a row for Gillis. He's kind of quietly lighting it up.
It's impressive.
Moving on to hole 17, one of my favorites. Forehand friendly, 390, downhill par 3. Basket push kind of back into the woods here. What kind of play do you like here, Pat?
This is definitely a forehand hole with a very demanding landing zone to have a look at that too. Does play over par. I'd call it a bonus birdie as well. It's not a gimme for sure.
That was a ginger out of Gillis there. Needs to get low. Got to miss that kind of low ceiling there. Got to be fast, low, and skippy. And this, unfortunately, is a little too high as well. Similar
skippy,
result.
But not too skippy because there's an OB line about 15 feet past the basket.
Skippy, but not too skippy.
Yeah.
This looks really good out of Dylan. Catches a weird bounce off the crest. I thought that was going to be a lot closer.
That looks
good looking shot out of Paul.
And I mean, that tree's not there. That's a drop in too.
Yeah. All right, big up shot here from Levi. Nice low, playing the skip up. Smart play. Kind of a half bid from Gillis there. I like that. Big up shot here from Dylan. If we know Dylan, he's running this one.
Well, he knows the next hole. He's going to either make this or throw it in for 2 on the next hole to catch.
Yeah, he hated it out of his hand, asking if it went OB. It was safe. Luckily, it was safe. So Big putt upcoming. So we got Paul Krans' dad on the bag, lining up this putt for a while. It elected to putt with the Halo Destroyer here.
It's a bold move, Cotton. But it worked.
Can't argue that. Smart play there. Good caddy work, Mr. Krans.
I find it funny that Mr. Krans is caddying for Dylan and not Paul.
We got a battle. Smart par there from Levi. Par there from Gillis. We're going into the last hole. We got a one-stroke lead. We got some drama, folks. Hole 18, par 4, 543. What a great hole to finish on here, Pat.
It is the easiest hole in the course. So really, when you're chasing here, the play is to put yourself into position as close to the road as you can. It is an island green, so you're looking to throw in for that eagle, which has been done this weekend, and force a playoff.
We're going to see a salt out of Gillis here, looking to get some height. A nice little turn off his hand. Testing that road, and right on the top of the hill. That's nice.
Yep, you want to be there or even a little further to have the opportunity for that throw in too.
Levi looking to put a rip on this one, but not test the road, I don't believe. Checks up just in time and kind of hyzers off to the left. Dylan did say he was going to go for it, so he's putting all of them into this throw.
Come on, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning.
No. Get there.
Caught a little wind and just a kiss of that tree that kind of saved him from going out of bounds there.
That's a great position to be.
Paul slipped a little off this tee. This is going to hyzer out to the left over by the gallery. Yeah, we got some drama coming up.
Yeah. So from right about here on round one, we actually had a pair of throw-ins on consecutive cards for Eagle 2s. So big shout out to Paul Leckie and Keith Sykes for ringing those up.
Paul's up shot. It's a little short here. That'll putt for a birdie. Great position here from Gillis. Throw something high, hyzery. And almost rang that one up. All right, Levi with a quick kind of upshot layup that I thought was going to get a little more to the right than he wanted, but that worked out just fine.
To force a playoff.
Yeah, Dylan knows he's got to throw this one in. Man, that was a great shot. Zoomed right past the basket.
It was a phenomenal shot watching it live.
And it was great that it just kind of sat right after the basket. I thought it was going straight OB.
Yeah.
Great shot. Real nice putt from Paul there. Great tournament out of Paul. Great birdie from Dylan. Unbelievable battle up at top. Birdies all around. Levi's going to tap in here for the win. Throw it over to you for the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Greater Hartford Disc Golf Open Champion, Levi Hancock.
Check out that sword. That's a beauty.
Coolest trophy in disc golf, ladies and gentlemen.
In first place, taking home $1,329. A really cool sword that we have a sheath for so you can get home safely. And this tiny little guy, Levi Hancock.
I'd just like to thank all the tournament staff, TDs, spotters, everybody, and then everybody that keeps the course running. This is a really awesome course. I love it. And then all my competitors, we had good cards all 3 rounds, so I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out, guys.
Yeah, just reiterate, big thank you to all the staff and volunteers this weekend. Such a great group to work with.
Yeah, unbelievable job with this tournament, Pat. Anybody else you want to thank, feel free. Great job. Amazing to watch. Happy to be a part of this one.
Happy to be here, Jim. Thank you for having coverage for us again. And next year, 20th anniversary of the event.
Tune in next year. We got Levi with the win, Dylan in second, Gillis third, Gillis with a down 11, 1047 rated. Great finishing round. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Pat, thanks for being on. We'll see you in the next one.